Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. This is the weekly landscape update that I'm doing throughout this spring here in my garden in Raleigh, North Carolina, Zone 7B. This is about 2 years in the making and a lot of projects still going on if you want to follow along with that. Since I shot this last week, a lot of the tulips have started to show some color. This mix that's in the pansy bed here is called Dawn to Dusk, and it is purple, yellow, and white. All I see is purples opening so far. You can see how they're down in the plants a bit. They will continue to extend. The stems will continue to extend a bit, but I don't think they're going to extend as far as they would have. I think that 23-degree night had perhaps a slightly negative impact on a few of these, on a few of the tulips this year. This daffodil is called Pipit, which is mostly starting to open. One thing about the freeze we had a week and a half ago is that this is like a mid-season daffodil right here. So the ones that actually got damaged on that deep freeze were early daffodils. When you're purchasing daffodils, think about getting earlies, mids, and lates, because usually we get some sort of frost mixed in there, and you don't know which ones will get potentially damaged. But the early ones I lost most of, but the mids and the lates, the buds were still tight on them. It was just the plants, and the plants are much hardier than the actual open flowers. Some of the species tulips have opened in the landscape. The first one was this Lilac Wonder, this Tulipia bakeri, I think is the Latin name for this one. Just beautiful. Each of these has a single flower that opens in the middle. These will close during the evening, and one of the other varieties that I'll show you just in a minute, the only time it's actually open is in the middle of the day. They're kind of closed right now, and they were closed early this morning, but just absolutely beautiful. That striking yellow in the center of that flower. The species tulips are just planted all over the place, just blended in throughout the landscape to surprise each year. This one's called Tarda, and it will gain some size and obviously some more color over the next week. And there's lots of these planted in the landscape, so super excited about that bright yellow. Other tulips that haven't started to show color are all over the place. This place is really going to come to life here over the next week or two. My Epimedium is starting to flower. One of the Epimedium varieties is starting to flower. Beautiful yellow flowers. I did not cut this foliage back, and I meant to, and now I am too late. So it's at the end of the day, no big deal. Very, very quickly, the new growth will cover it. But you can see all the flowers that are coming up here. So I don't want to get in here and start cutting on it now at the cost. But I think next week you'll see this thing is just going to be full on yellow. Look at these amazing alliums. Color Blends really sends out some nice bulbs. These are going to be gigantic. They got nipped. Here's an example of that. Freeze did a bit of damage to them with that wind at the same time, but the new growth in the center, it was completely unharmed. One other group of, a couple other groups of bulbs over here. Got some daffodils called Tahiti. Really beautiful. I see this one frequently, and I definitely wanted it. What a beauty that thing is, that double with the orange in the center of it. And then this tulip is called Sane or San. Again, you can see the foliage kind of eating the flowers a bit this year, although this one was down in the plant the other day, and over the course of a couple days it has put on some growth, so it's standing above the foliage now. And I expect all of these to do that, but they're definitely a little shorter than I think they would have been without that 23-degree night. This one's an interesting one. This is a panola that was planted last year in the fall, so the fall of 2020, I guess. It lived through last winter and then all of the summer. In fact, this fence wasn't even here. This fence ended up being planted kind of over the top of it. Survived the entire summer in the shade of this fence a bit during the summertime, and now here it is, still blooming strong the following winter and late spring as well. It's even on the other side of the fence a little bit as well, and then there's some squill coming up around it that were planted last year. Lots of hellebores. in the garden right now. This is a double variety that starts out kind of a limeish green color, and then you can see once it gets fully open how bright white it is. This one bloomed almost all summer last year. I'll be definitely curious as to how long this thing will bloom here in its second season in the ground. I'm going to jump over the path and show you a couple other things. There's some squill that's jumped up in that spot and started blooming. These will just kind of naturalize in this area and come up where they want to come up. Here's another Epimedium variety, and it's got flower buds coming up on it as well. We'll see these in their full glory here in the next few weeks. And then back over here, for those of you who didn't see the video, this is a camellia called Snowbells. You can see the incredible fragrant flowering camellia with all of these flowers. In between each leaf node there's multiple flowers. You can go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. Here's another group of these Tahiti daffodils in the back garden space, and you can see it's followed the sun all day, and so now it's kind of facing away. Ones in the morning will face a little more this direction where the sun is coming from, so you'll be able to see them better. But late in the day, they just kind of chase the sun. This is one of these species tulips called Lady Jane. One of my absolute favorites. I love the outside of this flower when it's closed up like this. During the middle of the day, it opens big and wide, and it's white in the center, and you can flip them over and see the outside of the flower. But it really closes them up tight for the night, and then opens up during the day to capture that sunlight. I've got some. Again, there's middle and late blooming daffodils all over the garden, so hopefully they don't all bloom at one time. A group of a group of tulips here. This group's called Tang Dynasty, and it's orange and whites. As you can see, more of these will be opening, and I've got several groups of these throughout the landscape that we'll see over the next few weeks. There are a lot of colors blended throughout this garden, but there are spaces where it's done with intent. And you can see that Tang Dynasty tulip mix is orange and white. There are orange pansies in the containers here. Black pansy matches it just fine. There's garlic. This garlic is looking great. We'll see these harvested later toward early summer. More of the Tang Dynasty tulips in the back, and then the orange pansies planted over here. So you can see there is a bit of a orange, yellow, white theme to this space. Even this daffodil was planned out this way. This variety is called Flower Parade, and it's very similar to those Tahiti, but instead of being yellow with the orange center, it's white with an orange center. Here's one more group of daffodils. This variety is called Tom Powell's. It's got the yellow petals and then the orange corolla, and that thing is so showy. I can't wait for the rest of these to be open. Here are a few more of those Lilac Wonder tulips. These were just planted like 10 or 12. There was a bag of 100 of them from Color Blends, and 10 or 12 went here or there, and these are the most reliable coming back here in Zone 7B where I'm at. There's some hyacinths that are still blooming. Most of my hyacinths either got burned during the cold, or they were slightly later. These Carnegies were in a slightly more protected space in the back. If this was smell-o-vision, you would be amazed by how that smells right this minute. Let's spin around and show a few more bulbs. A few more bulbs off. Lots and lots of tulips coming. More of these big, beautiful alliums here. As much as anything, I love the foliage on those. Just amazing. Just really amazing. This Miss Lemon Abelia is really starting to show its color. As the soil temperature is warming up, you can see that bright yellow coming back, and it had its winter color with a little bit of pink in the leaves, and now it's coloring back up. I could prune this right now if I needed to. I think I'm just going to leave it be. I can get a crazy limb here or there off of it, but it'll start blooming in the summer and bloom pretty much all summer long. Pollinator magnet. Here's one of the containers that I created this little 2-ball pom-pom variegated boxwood in this one that I think I bought this plant at Lowe's for. I'll continue to shape this up, and I'm going to put a third ball on it this year, but I think this container is looking great. Again, I use violas in elevated spaces. A few more of the hyacinths here. This one's called Gypsy Queen. Emerald Snow, Loropetalum. I have a couple videos over the 5 years on this variety. I really love this dwarf Loropetalum. White Loropetalum. These white Loropetalum used to get 25 feet tall in a hurry, and this one's been in the ground for 18 months or so, and it's only grown about a foot or so, because it's just kind of interesting. This one can be controlled much lower, but flowers are starting to open on it. I love the white contrast against that kind of emerald green foliage. Got peonies breaking the ground. There's a video on the channel about transplanting peonies. All of these peonies most of them were just kind of throughout this landscape when I started on this project, and they were all just consolidated to here, and all in the process of coming back right now. In fact, crazy thing is that one's got a bud on it. It's a bit early to probably be opening a flower, but they're coming back quickly in that space, and they're surrounded with black-eyed Susans that are planted throughout, that are all in the process of coming back as well. And so I'll get this early bloom on these peonies, and then slowly but surely the black-eyed Susans will come up in them. So, as the foliage is not the greatest in the summertime here in the south on the peonies, the black-eyed Susans will take that bed over. Here's another group of these Lady Jane tulips that, again, as soon as the sun started to go down even a bit and they couldn't collect the sunlight, they very, very quickly protect their flower parts for the night, and then expose them again tomorrow to pollinators to come along and pollinate them. That's what they're asking for when they're wide open like that, and they're collecting the sun's energy as well at the same time. So thank you guys for following along with these kind of weekly tours. It's changed a lot, honestly, just in the 5 or 6 days since I shot the last one, and it's really, really going to change quite a bit. I can see it. You can see it happening. You can see the color coming back in the plants as the soil temperature starts to warm back up. So that's pretty exciting. So don't forget to follow along. Thanks for watching.